So most of you guys I can see might be familiar with the names. So I'll walk through the course content, friends. Okay. What are the topics we are going to be covered in Workday Payroll? And what are the logistics we are going to provide as part of our session? But before that, maybe one question. Does everyone is familiar with Workday Core HR and Workday compensation? How about others, friends? So it will help us, it will helpful for me to understand where to start the training. That's the only reason I'm asking. So did you guys get a chance to go through Workday Core HR, like how we will hire an employee, how we will promote or transfer an employee, how we will terminate an employee, how we'll set up organizations, and how the business process works, and how the compensation will be configured and assigned to an employees. Anyone have, I mean, does anyone is aware of that? I know most of you, I believe, from morning or evening batch, we are still going that. If you're already part of course, don't worry. We are still in sync. If anyone did not get a chance at all and directly I'm learning Workday Payroll, please do let me know. Okay. If that is the case, I have to start from the very basics. So it may impact our time as well. That's the only reason. Okay. Maybe at the end of the session, let me know, my friends. Okay. First thing, why I'm asking that question is, so when you say payroll, right? Though you're going to be a payroll expert, whenever we run into issues, the issue may not be in the payroll. The issue might be in the compensation. The issue might be in the Workday core HR side also. I will give an example. Assume you run the payroll. Okay. Expectation, you want to test the payslip and you want to see the base pay. The total annualized compensation multiplied by 12, whatever based on the pay frequency, if the employee getting salary on monthly 12 divided by 12, if the employee getting salary on semi-monthly divided by 24, if the employee getting salary on weekly divided by 53. So assume a number should come on the payslip, but the number coming as zero. Yeah, okay, the number coming as zero. Payroll side, you are a pro, you troubleshooted everything, you looked into the earnings, you looked into the employee eligibility rules, you looked into the compensation element mapping, you looked into the calculations, you looked into the payslip mapping of these calculations. Everything looks good. That is not sufficient, right? You either if you have a separate team on compensation, you may have to go and knock them. Hey, I'm getting a zero value. Could you check does this employee has a compensation or not on the specific dates? Okay. So maybe if the employee recently has promoted, the transactions are in progress and not yet approved, and you might be seeing the old salary, not the new salary. So this kind of analysis is also required for payroll system. Okay, that's the only reason I'm asking. Compensation correlator, we have dependency. Now let's see what topics we are going to be covered as part of our workday payroll. So first we'll go through introduction. I'm directly jumping into the topic. However, stop me if you guys have any questions. Workday payroll is divided into two types, friends. One is Workday in-house payroll. Another one is not Workday, external payroll. Okay? You open a document. The normal payrolls you can see two types. Workday payroll, external payroll. Or people will call payroll vendors, etc. What is the difference? Workday payroll means you are maintaining the employee data in Workday, hiring, promotions, transfers, positions, organizations, BP setup, securities, compensation, everything you're maintaining in Workday. Plus, you are maintaining the payroll data also in Workday. Everything is going to happen within Workday itself. External payroll means you maintain the employee data in the Workday. Okay, you maintain the employee data in the Workday, but payroll is going to be happening ADP, paycheck, NGA, Ceridian. So it's happening with the vendors. Okay, not in Workday. It's payroll is going to happen with the vendors. So what happened? The Workday team will build an integrations between Workday application to the ADP to send the employee data on specific schedules. So what we are going to be learn here? External payroll or Workday payroll? We are going to learn Workday payroll, means in-house payroll. Within Workday itself, we're going to run the payroll. Within Workday itself, we're going to run the payslip, tax documents, all statutory deductions. We're going to process within the payroll itself. Okay, this is what we are going to be learn, not this one, friends. When I said this one, there are it falls into integrations. Peshi, pick off is almost exhaust. I mean, it's almost discontinued. Peshi. So these are different integration tools. What we are learning is Workday Payroll. Okay, functional Workday Payroll. Okay. So what we are going to learn in our Workday Payroll, quickly we'll review. First thing, introduction to Workday Payroll. What are the switch we need to enable for Workday in-house payroll? How do you define how many countries we are implementing? And for how many countries Workday in-house payroll we have? So we are going to explore all these options in the introduction to Workday Payroll. What are the dependencies or prerequisites on different modules we need? So that is also we are going to learn in Workday Payroll. Then after, first chapter actually starts from here, payroll basic framework or payroll processing framework. What it is? Based on the customer requirements, let's say here we are going to learn how to configure, generate, load period schedules, how to configure run categories, how to define payment election rules, how to configure pay groups and assign the pay groups to employees in different ways. Let's discuss with examples. Assume an employer has two types of payroll processes. One payroll process will happen on every month, another payroll process on every semi-monthly. Okay, semi-monthly. What does it mean? One payroll will happen monthly, means 1 to 30 days. Another payroll will happen semi-monthly. Semi-monthly. Semi-monthly means what do you mean by semi-monthly? Anyone?
Every 15 days? Every
Every
fortnight?
15 days. Every fortnight. Every 15 days. Okay. 1 to 15. One paycheck will be generated. 15 to 30. Of course, there might be 31, there might be 28 or 29. That's a different topic. We can control in the period schedule. Just for an example, I'm explaining it. Okay. So 1 month will be split into two. 1 to 15, 15 to 30. Employee will get two paychecks here. I mean, okay. Employee will get two times the salary. So it depends on the customers. Or some customers may want weekly pay. They may ask us to configure weekly pay. Every week they want to pay. So you need to divide the month into 4 weeks. Okay. Sometimes it may be more than 4 weeks, 3 weeks. We need to define. That information will define under period schedule structure. One calendar year based on the employer pay structure, we need to divide the one calendar year into 12 months, 53 weeks, or 24 semi-monthly, 24 period schedules. We need to divide into that. That we will maintain the period schedule difference. To make it easy, pay frequency. I'm getting salary every monthly. My pay frequency is monthly pay frequency. You are getting salary on every bi-weekly, semi-monthly. That is your pay frequency. Then we will also learn run categories. So what do you mean by run categories? So run categories is nothing but we have different types of payroll processes. Regular payroll, off-cycle payroll, on-demand payroll, or reversal or retro as well. These three details, regular, off-cycle, on-demand, we will maintain on the run category. What is regular? Every month I am getting a regular payroll. So that's why the name, the term payroll. Pay should be roll. Every month we are getting, right? Payroll. That's why. So regular, every month I'm getting salary. I'm a regular pay. Every 6 months I'm getting variable pay. Every year I'm getting bonus amount. That is off cycle pay or reimbursements off cycle pay. Any amount which is not part of your compensation and is their company paying in a not in a regular paycheck, you can call it as off-cycle pay. Okay, the best example: commissions, incentives, or a variable pay, bonus. Okay, or if you put any reimbursements, those are all falls into off-cycle payments. It doesn't wait till month end. In mid month itself, we can process. On demand pay. Name itself saying on demand. I demanded my manager to process my 5 hours pay. For example, I supposed to work 40 hours in a week. I worked 45 hours in a week. But at the end, I received my pay slip or a paycheck. Then I realized I got paid only for 40 hours. So where is my 5 hours pay? Overtime. Not been processed. I don't know where is the gap, but it's not been processed. I can demand my manager. I can raise a concern with my payroll manager. Hey, where is my 5 hours? Paycheck is missing. So they will validate and immediately they will process on demand. You can say manual payment as well. Such things will fall into on demand that will maintain the run categories. On cycle, off cycle, on demand, reversal, retro. Payment election rules. How do you want the salary? You want in a bank deposit or you want a check payment or 50% bank deposit or 50% check you want. That details will maintain on the payment election rules. Basically, it falls into finance. Okay. Then pay groups, one of the important component because it acts as a bridge between Workday Core HR and the payroll system. Employees from Workday Core HR will bring into the payroll with the help of this pay group. So pay group means grouping employees who is having similar payroll characteristics. Okay, same example I'm taking. I have monthly payroll employees, semi-monthly payroll employees. I will group all my monthly payroll employees into one pay group. I will group all my semi-monthly payroll employees into one pay group to run the payroll. So these we can achieve with the help of pay group. Okay. So what is the prerequisites for pay group? After creating the pay group, how will you bring all monthly employees into monthly pay group? How will you bring all weekly employees into weekly pay group? What are the possible ways like assign through the task, assign through the worker related action, or assign through pay group automatic assignment rule, mass assignment with the help of inbound EIB? The four approaches we are going to learn here. And after conquering this, we're also going to learn pay accumulations here. Pay accumulations means you have to group all your earnings into gross. You have to group all your statutory taxes into net. Gross minus taxes, statutory deductions equal to the net amount. Okay, maybe some additional deduction equal to the net amount. So that details will define in the pay accumulations. Gross pay accumulation, net pay accumulation. How to configure that? We are going to be explored. We're going to learn. Once we're done with this, we'll bring some employees into this pay group and we'll test all our employees, whether the employee, when we run the payroll for monthly, this pay group able to pick the employee into the payroll from the core HR and process it. We will gonna test it here. After testing, we'll move on to the next topic, earnings and deductions. So what we're going to learn earnings and deductions. One of the logical, I don't want to use the word complex, but logical configuration only is this chart. Okay. Why we are saying that? Because earnings and deduction falls here. Calculations falls here. So what we're going to learn? Here we're going to learn earnings and deductions. For example, in compensation, I have base pay. And I have assigned the base pay per annum. This employee eligible for 100,000 US dollars or 1 lakh US dollars eligible per annum. Employee salary is monthly. So what I have to do? I have to bring that 1 lakh US dollars from compensation to the payroll. And based on this employee pay frequency, I have to divide that annual amount to 12 divided by 12. Some value will come 8,000 333.33. On that 8,333.33, state tax, federal tax, FICA, SUI, benefit deductions, everything will be deducted or any standard deductions equal to employee will get net amount. So that how to create earning, what are the prerequisites we need in earning, how to set the criteria, how to set the eligibility rule, how to map the pay component groups, okay, how to override the earning on the pay slip. We are going to be learn how to map the compensation element with the earning. We are going to be learn. Same thing applies to deduction. Statutory deductions, standard deductions, like benefit deductions, absence deductions. Then, what information you need from a customer, configure earning and deduction, how to set the eligibility rule, criteria, how to build calculations. So, what calculations we are going to learn? Again, calculations are of two types. Two types calculations we have. What is the two types of calculation? Workday standard calculation means workday delivered. Hundreds of calculations for payroll, workday has delivered the calculation. If this calculations not met your requirements, okay? If this calculations not met your requirement, the only option is custom calculations. What are the custom calculations? Arithmetic calculation, aggregate calculation, conditional calculation, instance value calculation, instance set comparison calculation, constant value calculation, date increment calculation, increment or decrement calculation, date extract calculation, lookup calculation. Like that, around 10 calculations we have. Okay, so we're going to explore all the 10 calculations and in which scenario we will use these calculations. How to build the earnings and deductions with the help of these calculations. We are going to learn. If anyone preparing for interview, you get ready, you will get the more questions on this one. Okay, we'll get more questions and calculations. Okay, then how to map the compensation plan, how to bring the compensation plans into the payroll, how to map the elements. We're going to be learn how to bring the benefits data into the payroll benefit plan, how we'll create a benefit plan and bring the and map the benefit plan with the deduction. For example, 401k will take. So we'll assign 5%. 5% will be calculated employee total base pay in the benefit plan. Okay. And the percentage amount, 5% on base pay, you need to bring into the payroll and converted the value into amount. A simple logic I will tell. Assume an employee we have John who is earning 1 lakh US dollars. Okay, let me take a monthly payment itself. Who is earning 10,000 US dollars per month as a base pay. And this person contributing for 401k benefit deduction. 401k nothing but retirement savings in USA. In India, we have Provident Fund. We have 12%. There we have 401k. So, but there the logic is an employee should not pay more than $186,000. Sorry, $86,000 per annum. That's the maximum limit they have, which includes all the employer contributions. So this 401k, let's say 10%. So employee getting salary 10,000, 10% on 10,000. How much? 10%. How much? $10,000. Correct? So here I'm just adding the, oh, sorry, $1,000. $1,000. Right? So here you see 10,000 source is where base pay means employee compensation. 10% source is where benefits deduction. Then what is this 1,000? Payroll deduction. You see here how many modules we are integrating. Compensation, calculating in the benefits 10%, and you're bringing the 10% and converting into an amount value in the payroll system. This we are going to be learned here with the help of calculations. Then pay component security group. If you want to hide certain earnings from certain group of people, we do have compensation segmentation security. Similar to that, payroll also pay component segmentation security. You can group all your deductions or all your earnings into one pay component and apply a security, except that person, no one can view these earnings and deductions. Then how to set the limits? As I said, 401k plan $86,000 as the maximum limit per annum. Means any employee willing to contribute more than $86,000, system shouldn't allow them to do that. So you should stop. You already reached the upper limit. More than this cannot be deducted nor processed. So how we will set up the limits? We will learn. Then after tax setup. So tax setup. Here we are gonna learn what is the first we'll have overview of tax setup. What is meant by federal tax? What are the percentages? What is the state tax? How the state tax is different for each state? What is the local tax reportings? Additional taxes, federal unemployment insurance, state unemployment insurance, work tax versus residence tax. So we are going to learn all those overview, and then we'll start configure set up payroll taxes, set up company, how to maintain federal state tax and local tax setup, and how to define FEIN, federal employer identification number. How do you map the FEIN on IRS internal revenue source? How do you define the tax authority exceptions like exemptions of taxes, set up worker tax selections, and multiple work tax jurisdictions? If an receive, sorry, sometimes this word doesn't come properly. Reciprocity. Sometimes, sorry. For example, if the employee works more than one state in US, an employee worked in California 6 months, and then employee moved to Colorado for 6 months. One employee in 1 year worked in two states. Now, the employee liable to pay the state tax for the two states. How do we split the tax? How do we split the tax? That also we are going to be learn. Then garnishments. You can also call it as withholding orders. So, I'll give an example. Sometimes employees may take loan from the banks or landlords, and they're unable to pay the money back. So what happened? So the person whosoever give the money to the employee may put case against the employee in the court. And let's say the employee in the court may give an order to the employer, and based on, I mean, it's a big calculations based on employee earnings and deductions. Okay, they will specify some amount that needs to be mandated to pay to the person who gave the money. It can be a lending organizations, banks, okay, any, or child support garnishment, spouse support garnishment, federal or state tax levies, okay, like misrepresentation, giving false documents, tax exemptions have been made. Later in audit, they caught they can still deduct the more tax from the employees without employee consent, right from the employer by giving a notice. So such things we are going to learn here. Overview of withholding orders, how to create a deduction recipient, record the details of withholding order, how to edit a support order like child support, spouse support, and how to amend and terminate a support order if they compromise outside of the court or in court, how to crossing a priority if the employee has multiple garnishments or withholding orders, like an employee has child support, spouse support, federal tax levy, which one has highest priority? How do you define? What is CGPA rules, Consumer Grant Protection Act rules? Okay, all we are going to explore. And viewing withholding orders for a worker. And then we'll move on to the accounting. So accounting is a unique thing here because we do have Workday financials. So accounting settlements will be taken care of the finance team. So here we're going to have an overview of how this accounting works. After you run in the payroll, we may also have to require to run the payroll accounting. Basically, it is with the finance team, but we will run as part of our training how the general ledgers will be created. So we are going to see here. And then settlement. This is also falls into finance, but I have worked in this area, so we are going to explore. So settlement means once you complete the payroll, You run the payroll, you simulate the payroll, you run the complete payroll, you run the accounting as well, and then you want to distribute the paychecks and generate the paychecks and send the bank deposit to the, I'm sorry, send the amount to the banks, respective banks, salary credit. So that you can initiate with the help of settlements. Okay. So over your banking settlement configuration, what are the prerequisites required to banking and settlement configuration? How to configure a payslip, and you can also have an option override hide payslip data. We'll discuss, and standard payslip runs, and how to configure settlement. Okay, and what are the challenges in settlement? How to cancel a settlement if you want. Okay, we are gonna discuss that. And then payroll specific security. There are two security groups Workday always deliver for each module. Admin partner. Payroll partner is responsible to monitor the payroll approvals and all related if any employee coming into the pay group, leaving the pay group, remove the employee from the pay group. Payroll admin is responsible to run the payroll, configure the payroll, to do the end-to-end configuration, monitoring, etc. Apart from that, we will also learn customer specific securities, which include customer service center representative. We'll also get one role based payroll auditor. Like you want to allow one person to view one pay group of employee pay results only. Only pay results you want to allow the person to view. So how to create that role, how to restrict that other actions. Okay, we are going to explore and learn here. Then of course pay component based security group also we'll discuss. And then define business processes. So payroll specific business processes also we are going to be learn here, which includes payment elections, pay group life cycle. Okay, we are gonna learn what are the business processes we have payroll and how to configure main key business processes and how to put the controls, conditions, etc. Then payroll input and processing. Very, very important and interesting concept. It is a savior for us in real time actually. Any amount you want to process to an employee, which is not part of compensation. What does it mean by that? It can be a bonus amount. It can be a leave payout, or it can be a holiday pay, or it can be a loan amount, or it can be salary advance. Any amount which is not, or it can be a overtime payment, or it can be hourly wage. Any amount which is not part of employee salary you want to process on ad hoc basis. With the help of payroll input, you can process. Not only that, you can deduct as well. Payroll input is not only earning friends, it is also a deduction. A good example, you gave loan to an employee. You want to deduct the loan back from the employee on monthly basis. You can process with the help of payroll input process. How to enter a override means adding additional amount or reducing the existing amount. How to make a special entry. How to configure the loan payment and loan recovery or repayment. We are going to be configured. Okay. And then payroll process, end-to-end payroll process. How to run the payroll. What reports you need to run before you proceed with that. Okay. And what are the best practice in the payroll? How to run the payroll. I mean, how to initiate unpay calculation, how to initiate unpay accounting, how to initiate unpay complete. This is the one set. And then settlement. However, every day everything doesn't go smooth. We are humans, sometimes we may do mistakes. I initiated similar to the payroll. Without running the accounting, I closed the payroll. I need to now correct it. How to do that? Need to cancel the entire payroll process. Or I simulate the payroll, I need to cancel the simulation. Or I want to schedule the payroll. I don't want to run the payroll manually. I will give a time and a date, and specific time and date that payroll should be run. So these we are going to learn here, guys. Okay, not only that, reversal. By mistake, you process $500 extra to an employee. In the audit, we caught accounting team raise a concern. Looks like $500 extra you are paying. So you need to reverse the payroll and adjust that amount. If the payroll is already completed, amount has been paid, you need to adjust this amount in the next pay cycle. Adjust in the sense, deduct this amount from next pay cycle. Or if an employee has been terminated, later employee raises a concern, hey, in F&F, there are $1,000 are missing in my paycheck. You need to process for the employee. Remember, terminated employee on manual payment process, on demand, any missing payments. Also, we are going to learn. Not only that, we are also learn retro payroll accounting, retro payroll process, any arrears, past history to recoup the amount and process in the current month. Also, we are going to be learn. Then how to assign previous compensation changes, which reports to run to check the employee eligibility for retro payroll process, how to run the retro payroll, how to run the regular payroll, and bring the retro differences into the payroll. We are going to be learn. And then additionally, we'll also discuss like documentation process for payroll project, like what methods we will follow, what documents we will use to capture the data, kind of requirement data gathering, and how this automatic pay group assignment will work, and how to create test cases for this a simple test cases configurations also we will discuss. Okay, this is about the course, friends. Anyone have any questions? I can help.
Kiran,
We are gonna yes, ma'am.
will you teach payroll specific configurations for individual countries or just the overall
Good one.
setup and
Thanks, ma'am.
even I
Normally
have
here,
question. Yeah.
so currently the payroll is available for USA
Mhm.
in Workday,
Yeah.
USA, sorry, USA, France,
Yeah. UK.
UK, Canada, and this year, good news for payroll team, Australia.
Okay.
This year, 2024, in February, sorry, between February and April, they released this Australia payroll map. So what
Okay.
payroll we are going to learn here is USA payroll map. Okay, USA payroll, we are going to be learning. Now, question is, if I learn USA payroll, am I able to configure France and UK, Canada, Australia? My answer is 70% yes. Why not 30%? Sorry, why not 100%? The configuration, whatever the topics here you are seeing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ignore the tax, please. Chapter till chapter 3.
It will be almost same. Only the tax
Same.
part is different from individual
Exactly.
countries, and the
Exactly.
benefits as well because we have like
Benefits. It
yeah.
will be different. Yeah, we will call, for example, in Australia, they will call superannuation. We will call in UK, they will call in UK they will call pension. In USA, we will call it as 401k. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end, the percentage or amount we have to bring into the payroll, ma'am. Except taxation, rest remaining
Mm-hmm.
everything. The way you run the payroll, the way you configure, everything is same. There is no difference. Taxation is only the difference for the each country.
But you know, in France, the pay because I have worked on payroll reporting,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So they
Yeah.
have like different deductions depending on the company to company.
Hmm.
They're like quite a lot of deductions. They have like employer deductions and employee deductions and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So would those topics be covered like as an overview?
Okay, okay. Honestly saying, I worked on the US payroll only. I
Okay.
got an opportunity in UK, but didn't get a chance to work actively here due to multiple projects.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't want to give any false statement. So, but
That's
the
fine.
direction
Yeah.
configuration remains same. Since I'm
Mm-hmm.
familiar to the US, the demand also overall, if you see in Workday Echo, US payroll has the demand. So I'm aware of this. I'm gonna explain US payroll.
That's fine. As long as the setup part
Mhm.
is taught, then yeah, it can be actually worked out later. That's fine. Thank you, Kiran.
Thank you, ma'am. And let me also put few things. What we are not able to complete or discuss here. Not only me, even Workday training, dedicated Workday training attend also they don't. Absence plans, time tracking. Why we are not able to discuss? We are using GMS inference, which has scrambled data, not actual data, to bring all the values correctly. Payroll always require clean data. Then only the results will be accurate. or else it's like you need to troubleshoot each and every. So I will give certain documentation. One deduction I'll give for, let's say, time off or vacation payout. Or I mean, one practice document will give. If anyone preparing for time scenario, that will help you. Okay, rest everything we are going to be covered as whatever I am showing on the curriculum. I'll ask the organizer to share with you guys as well. Please go through this and do let me know if any question. And what I'm going to provide, we are going to provide. For each chapter, personally, I will give you an activity so that you can start practicing. Similarly, you will get the workday material also that do have some activities, okay, where you can do practice. Or if you're doing practice, you run into any errors or issues, you want me to troubleshoot, I'm happy to spend some extra time for you. If that helps for you, definitely I that support I will do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions I can help?
Kiran, does this include benefits as well?
Benefits is a separate module, ma'am. But what I will do is I will configure one benefit plan. If everyone okay, I'll get one benefit plan called retirement savings, entire plan, benefit group, benefit eligibility rule, benefit coverage type, benefit plan year definition, benefit event, benefit enrollment event rules, everything. Okay, the same logic applies to all plans. I will show that and we'll assign that benefit plan to one employee, US employee, and then we'll bring that amount, sorry, percentage into the payroll. That give you an idea how the benefit also works. So I'm not going to select an existing benefit plan. I will create a brand new benefit plan from the scratch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone have any questions I can help? Not only this, guys. The most important thing with the payroll is groupings. How you will bring the compensation data, core data, benefit data into the payroll. Groupings are very important. Troubleshooting. Troubleshooting. Okay. Payroll means, okay, troubleshooting. So troubleshooting is quite common in the payroll because multiple models are integrated here. So how do we troubleshoot? Okay. If some value is not coming in the payroll, the entire thing is payslip is our guide. I will run the payroll for an employee. I'll go to my payslip. I will see all my earnings amounts are coming in the payslip or not. If it is not coming, where it went wrong. So how do we troubleshoot? What are the parameters we need to check? So that level we are going to where we will learn. Okay. Anyone have any questions? I can help. And we also talk about audit reports which are required for payroll to ensure the quality of the configuration. Some of the errors is like we cannot see unless you run the report. Okay. So how to run these reports also we will explain. Okay. Anyone have any questions I can help? And don't worry, when why I'm asking the core HR comp, right? If anyone not, then I will start from the basics at high level, at least for 2 to 3 sessions. Prerequisites will talk. We'll see how to bring employee. We'll see how to build a comp plan and assign to the employee and bring the employee compensation plan together into the payroll and then assign benefit plan to the same employee and bring the benefit plan to the payroll groupings. Okay, we will discuss. Okay, I don't want to hold you on weekend, you guys. So if any questions, kindly let me know. I'm happy to help. At the same time, by seeing this content, don't get like it might be this very aggressive course or more logicals. Workday is simplified, guys. If you ask me, calculations are discussed, right? And calculations we are anyhow we are going to be learn. For each country, Workday already delivered calculations. Everything is delivered from Workday. According to the customer requirement and their processes, we need to just map the right attributes for the right objects. That's all we have to do here. Okay. Everything is Workday said delivered calculations, tax calculations, and everything. Payslip also Workday delivered payslip. Just you need to design yourself where you want earnings and deductions. What things you want to display. All. You know. Okay. So anyone have any questions? Okay. If no questions, maybe organizer will reach out to you to understand your availability. So based on that, majority will finalize one time and will start. However, if you still have any questions and you want to discuss personally, please don't hesitate. You can call to the organizer. He will take me to the conference, and if required, I'm happy to join to address if any personal queries through Zoom meeting as well. Okay. So with that, is it okay if we can close this meeting?
Kiran, I have one general question. So
Yes,
I'm
please. Kiran.
attending the core HR, right? So,
Yeah,
is it okay if I continue this one because that is not yet
that
complete?
completed.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So if you say like I have not even started, not even don't know about comp and core, I may not recommend. Since you are already in the session, it's easy for you to understand now.
Oh,
Parallel it will go. It's not going to be a overlap. It's really very helpful to understand parallel. You can also correlate when I say pay rate types, when you see compensation, how we are going to bring into this payroll. It's easy to understand it. Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Any questions, anyone?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Kiran. This is Ramesh.
Hi, sir.
I have actually extensive experience in core HR. 15
Right,
years
sir.
of experience is there.
Oh,
Okay, right
great.
now I wanted to move into Workday HCM. Is it
Yeah.
useful for me?
Okay. Sir, prior to that, you are into, may I know prior to that in which technology or,
Actually, right now, particularly, I have experience with ESS portals like Zing HR, Great HR,
oh,
Appian,
okay. Okay. So you already into HR side, right, sir? So
HCM.
it's not tough to learn at all. Why
Yes.
I'm saying the reason is Workday is application where they simplify the entire processes here.
Okay.
So if you know what is position, what is hire, what is offer letter, what is compensation, okay,
Yes.
that is more
Everything.
than enough to learn the topics here. So you have the domain knowledge already.
Yes.
You have to put the domain knowledge into the technology, into the application. That's all here. So it's easy to learn, sir,
Okay.
since you already have HR. And even if any person non-HR also, if they can spend some additional time to upskill, it's very easy to understand. That's how the Workday application has been designed. It doesn't take much time also to upskill because everything is a straightforward search. Okay.
Recently, actually,
Yeah.
we have attended two to three demos, different companies.
Hmm.
Okay. What they are saying, HCM is different and the Workday HCM is different. They need to choose separate training courses like that. They are saying, is it right?
They might told this way, sir. When you say Workday HCM, right?
Yes.
It's a full suite.
Okay.
It includes core HR,
Okay.
compensation, benefits, talent and performance. Let me compensation, benefits, talent and performance, absence and time tracking, integrations. Again, integration has simple and advanced, learning, payroll, including all these modules together, we'll call it as Workday HCM. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, one correction. Exclude the integrations, please. It doesn't fall into Workday HCM. For example, if anyone would like to learn any of this module, Workday first recommend learn Workday Core HR. First learn this module.
Okay.
Then only we are able to understand comp, benefits, payroll, everything. Question is why I'm not directly go to benefits? Because you configure benefits, you configure payroll, you configure apps. At the end, you're going to assign to employee only. So first we need to understand employee master data. How the master data will be set up, what transactions will be happen to the employee, how the transactions impact other modules. So that's the reason. First, everyone's not only everyone, I mean, not we trainers, Workday themselves, they will recommend. First, learn core HR and then choose your path, how you want to proceed. Do you want to go to integrations or do you want to go to advanced modules like payroll and all compensations?
Okay. I understand.
Yeah, right, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, friends? Okay. Maybe give me an opportunity to go through few sessions and see how things are going. If you are clear with the topics, then please feel free to you can register. Opportunities are for good with the payroll, but only my request if you register, stay till the entire sessions. Entire session means till last session. What I observe is some people so excited for payroll when you see the numbers, pay slips. After payroll basic framework, when I run the pay slip, some people will okay, this is the payroll I've enough. No, there are complex things to learn as well. Okay. And the payroll always has a demand in the market. And always it's not easy also to work on the payroll. That's the reason the payroll consultant always gets the topmost pay than anyone in Workday. Okay. Right. If no questions, is it okay if we can hold for today? My organizer will reach out to you for any feedback. Please do let us know as well. So I directly jumped into the topics. Okay. And however, if still anyone have any questions, methodology side, processes side, please don't hesitate. Let me know. I'm happy to help. Okay. I don't want to bug you. Thank you so much for giving your time. This recording will be shared with you. Kindly go through the recording. And if you do have any questions, kindly reach out to us. Okay. So is it fine if we can close this call?
Yes, Kiran, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving the time. Take care. Bye, everyone.